We about to have this full moon in Libra, so this is starting to make sure that your ass is prepped and starting preparation towards, getting right and getting prepared and shit. Because you don't want to basically be placed into a situation of walking outside not realizing it's a fucking full moon. You can get your ass killed if you don't know what's going on. Feel me? So you want to make sure that you're creating all the equilibrium, all the balance, all the fairness when it comes to your ways of relating and what you're relating to, or what you're attracting into your relationships. Feel me? Now, when the new moon was in Aries, whatever was on your mind, whatever was on your heart, the way you was feeling, the seeds you was planting, the things that you was thinking about, the things that you was feeling about, the frustrations, the happiness, the sadness, all that shit about to go into a big ass ball. It's about to accumulate everything, all the time, all the seconds, all the minutes, all the hours that you was basically utilizing towards these gains. Right? Now, all that energy that you was putting in, you about to get that shit back. Feel me? You about to get that shit back in mysterious ways, because the moon, the macabre, and the universe, and the stars, and God work in mysterious ways. So, of course, you're going to be placed into a situation of receiving the right things or the wrong things. Now, remember, you create your own reality. And the energy that you are in is what you attract. So, stars ain't got no choice but to basically put that right in front of you and show you a reflection, a mirror of what you was dealing with in this motherfucking term of preparation and participation. So it's up to you to know what you're doing, know how you're feeling, and know when it's not time to basically put yourself into situations of dealing with shit that's not going to cater towards you. Now, we're going to basically do the rundowns. Wherever you got Libra in your house, you need to create some form of equilibrium, some form of balance, some form of self-mirroring, and some form of detachment, releasements, letting go of shit that's no longer relating in your favor. Feel me? This is the way you won't be relating with the wrong shit. And this way, when that moon get into Scorpio, things will be getting transformed. And of course, it's gonna bring in Taurus season, where Earth is all about practicality, seeing things, feeling things, having things. So that's gonna also be that solar eclipse. So you want to also make sure you're prepared towards that shit. But right now, we're talking about the full moon. So we're gonna go ahead and basically run down these houses, get into these favors, and that's how it's gonna play out. So the sun is gonna oppose the moon. So our actions and our reactions is going to kind of be like disconnected, separation, because we're disconnected. We're seeing what's going to work. We're seeing what we need to get rid of. We're seeing how things are going to cater towards us, and of course, we're seeing where we're going to part ways, where we're going to create balance, and of course, where we're going to work on things. Now, if you got Libra in your first house, you're a Libra ascendant. So your personality, or what you personally invest yourself in, you're going to be fulfilled in your personalities, in your personal relationships, or with your personal self. Now, the people, places, and things in your life, if these individuals are in some way, shape, and form not relating, or you guys don't have no mechanism where you can relate together on some form of balance, or some form of equalization, or some form of scales, or some form of, commitment, then you can need to go ahead and start personally investing yourself towards cutting these motherfuckers off. Personally investing towards cutting yourself loose from these individuals, and of course, protecting your energy and protecting your personal endeavors, your personal space. And you need to go ahead and participate in releasing all the shit that no longer serves you. This way you can be fulfilled, and of course you're going to attract the right personal individuals that's going to personally come in your life. Feel me? Whether it's a person, a place, or a fucking thing. Feel me? You got to be very aware of this shit. Now, second house. Got Libra in your second house. The people, places, and things that you value are going to be fulfilled with good endeavors or bad endeavors. Now, whatever you was valuing, you need to go with whatever you're valuing that's not valuing you, or that's not in some form of commitment or relationships or some form of participation in equilibrium and balance when it comes to your valuing system. You need to go ahead and cut ties with that shit ASAP. Don't wait around to beat around the bush. Cut ties with that shit permanently. You know what I mean? And let it go. Feel me? This way, the right things and the right value systems can go ahead and start making its way into your area, your space. So you got to clear out all that shit that no longer serves you when it comes to what you're valuing. Now, if you got the full moon in Libra in your third house, I mean, you're gonna have a gift, and this gift is gonna come with fulfillment in your surroundings, your environments, and things that you are familiar with. For me, traveling, all that shit. Now, what's gonna happen in this house is whatever's on your heart and whatever's on your mind, if it's not catering towards your environment, if it's not something that's going to basically bring fulfillment or happiness in your environment, you need to go ahead and cut ties with it. Because these things that you're thinking about is not bringing no form of participation in equilibrium, fairness, or balance in your environment or your surroundings or your friends and shit. Feel me? If your friends or whoever you're connected with, if these individuals are not in some form of connection with you or relating with you when it comes to your environment, where you guys can relate together in each other's environment, then you need to go ahead and start participating your way away from these motherfuckers. This way you can have the right friends, the right individuals, the right things that's going to come in your environment, in your surroundings, and in your space, so you can accumulate the right shit. Now, if you got the moon and the full moon in Libra in your 4th house, you're going to be placed into a situation of dealing with fulfillment when it comes to your home, your privacy, and your family. Now, you're going to be going through a learning process. So you're going to be dealing with some conflict when it comes to your personality and your personal expressions. Feel me? Now, you're going to be learning how to let go of family endeavors or family ties with individuals that's not bringing no form of equilibrium or balance in your life. Or you need to go ahead and start kicking motherfuckers out your house when it comes to these perspectives. If these motherfuckers not bringing no peace, no harmony, or no equilibrium or fairness in your house, you need to go ahead and start cutting these motherfuckers loose. Tell these motherfuckers or sleep outside or some shit. Or you need to go ahead and start, stop participating in situations where you putting everybody on your back or on your shoulders. You gotta tell motherfuckers that, okay, it's time for my horse ride. Feel me? That's what you need to go ahead and do. If there's no form of equilibrium or balance when it comes to your home matters. 5th house. You got the full moon in Leo in your 5th house. You're gonna be fulfilled when it comes to your creativity, your talents, your gifts, your hobbies. 9. In this space, whatever you're dealing with when it comes to your hobbies and things that you do on a day-to-day basis, or some form of creativity and talents, these things is not kind of like getting a spark that you need. You need to go ahead and start switching it up and coming up with something new, or being open towards something new that's gonna come fulfill your creativity, fulfill your talents, fulfill your gifts, fulfill your expressions. But you got to be clear and be open towards the new spirits, the new spirits that's about to go ahead and take charge and charge up your 5th house. Feel me? Now, you're gonna be fulfilled in your 5th house and in your 11th house if you plant at the right seeds, and vice versa towards the other signs. Now, when it comes to your 6th house, if you got the full moon in Leo in your 6th house, what the fuck am I talking about? If you got the full moon in Libra in your 6th house, you're gonna be placed into a situation of having extreme fulfillment, a new fulfillment when it comes to your work ethics, your work routines, your health. Feel me? Everything about to get a supercharge. Now, anything that's bringing tarnish on your health, anything that's bringing tarnish on your routines or your work ethics with individuals that you are working with or relating with, you need to go ahead and start cutting ties with these individuals. Feel me? Because you're not in the right area. You're not in the right space right now. Feel me? So you need to be clear and open when it comes to your work ethics, your routines, or going to work in general. Feel me? Be clear. So new endeavors that's going to work towards your work ethics to get you from point A to point B is going to start favoring and catering towards what you do on a day-to-day basis. Now, 7th house, you're Aries ascendant. So when it comes to your 7th house and what you relate to in your relationships, you're going to be fulfilled, and you're going to have new fulfillments in these areas. Now, any areas in your 7th house when it comes to your 7th house placements, anything that you're relating to, or any relationships that's not catering towards equilibrium, fairness, balance, or creating some form of chaos, you need to go ahead and clear that shit out. Feel me? Put shit on pause or detach permanently. Feel me? Protect your peace. Feel me? Full moon in Libra needs a form of peace, relating towards peace and harmony and relationships, or relate in harmony. Feel me? Now, if you got this shit in your 8th house, the full moon in Libra is going to bring some fulfillment when it comes to your desires, your sexual urges, and of course, your internal work, your behind the scenes work, your secrets, your privacies, your occult, your mechanisms, your deep desires, your deep motivations, your deep passions. You're going to get a supercharge in this area. You're going to have new desires, new sexual urges, new sexual drives and shit. Now, when it comes to your 8th house and things when it comes to your sexual desires, your secrets and shit, any secrets that no longer service interest towards your comfortability or your areas, you need to go start letting go of any deep desires or deep attachments towards relationships, partnerships, or whatever you're relating to that's no longer serving you. You need to go ahead and let these shits go. Detach from these things. Say goodbye, let it go. 9th house, you're gonna be in a placement of being fulfilled when it comes to whatever you're gonna have new fulfillments when it comes to your relations towards your beliefs, your spiritualities, your religions, or whatever you are taking faith and taking experiences with. And you're going to have new experiences in good ways or bad ways. Now, the bad ways is going to be you attaching towards experiments or experiences that no longer serve you. And the new way is going to be the new people, places, and things that can come bring new experiences in your life for the better or for the worse. And you gotta have discernment. You gotta be aware of what you're basically allowing in your space. You gotta make sure these individuals or these things is right. But everything is all about experience. Now, if that experience is that's something that caters towards you, go ahead and ride it. If it didn't cater towards you, then you know what the fuck to do. Don't sit around trying to front, act like, oh, this shit is cool. No, you need to let that shit the fuck go. Bye. Get that shit pushed. Now, 10th house. Now, when it comes to your status and what you're known for, you're going to be fulfilled in new ways in these areas, good or bad. Now, good is going to be you planting good seeds and you being fulfilled when it comes to what you're known for during this time and what you're relating. Now, bad is going to be situations of you being unsure, being very indecisive, and things of that matter, and of course having the wrong relationships when it comes to your ways of relating to your status and shit. You need to go let that shit go now. Clear it out. For me, clear it the fuck out. Now, if you got the full moon in Libra in the 11th house, you'll be placed into a situation of having new fulfillment when it comes to your associations, ways of relating to your association, and new relationships in your associations shits. Now, you're going to have bad fulfillment if you was planting bad seeds. And have bad fulfillment if you're still attaching yourself or still getting deeply rooted towards individuals that you are associating yourself with that don't longer have you in your best interest. You need to go ahead and cut ties from these motherfuckers. This way the tie won't get too knotted and you'll be able to actually feel free. And you won't be having no soul ties with individuals in your 11th house. You need to go ahead and start separating from these motherfuckers right now, immediately. And last but not motherfucking least, full moon in Libra in the 12th house, it loves me in here. You're going to have big ass fulfillments in your dreams with your subconscious and with you, a mirror, a reflection, or with individuals that you want to relate with behind the scenes, or things that you hide, or whoever you hide with. Now, you're going to have bad dreams if you're planting bad seeds, and you're going to have bad reactions or responses towards your subconscious, or individuals that you subconsciously are connected with. Feel me? Whether it can be your God or your beliefs or whoever. That motherfucker that you believe in is going to send you some bad dreams because you're just planting bad seeds. Feel me? Your subconscious can turn on you during this time. You don't want that. So you want to make sure you're in the right mechanisms. You're going to make sure you have the right charges, the right fulfillments, and everything are basically catered towards you. But it's all about how you feel. It's all about the space you in. And what's mostly important is you separating, meditating, and relating towards someone that can relate with you with doing the same thing. Someone that can marry you. Someone that can reflect you. Someone that can basically compromise with you behind closed doors. That you can feel comfortable in that area. Or you can lose your dreams. Now, you got to pick and choose. What space you in? Love y'all. Gotta be safe.